At the heart of every paddler beats a passion for water, competition, and conservation. This unique podcast aims to unite all the paddling styles and stories under one common heartbeat. This is The Paddler's Pulse.
Hello again, everybody, and thank you for joining us here at The Paddler's Pulse. My name is Greggy, and I am, as always, super stoked to hang out with you and share with you some awesome people. Today, I got a chance to sit down with a wonderful woman named Sammy Barlow, who happens to be the daughter of Chris Barlow, a USA canoe kayak Olympian. He competed back in 1992 in the 1,000-meter K4. Today, he's a coach and founder of the San Diego Canoe and Kayak team. And Sammy and I had a chance to sit down and chat a little bit about some really fun stuff. She's an amazing human being with a really great soul and smart head on her shoulders and just so much fun. You guys are going to really like this. Sammy and I got a chance to talk a little bit about what she's working on lately, some things that she's excited about. She's been in the water world, specifically the kayak world, for a long time. She's been crushing it with impressive first place marks in K1, K2, K4 at nationals, as well as voted the 2015 Athlete of the Week by the Union Tribune Hall of Champions and the 2013 USA Francine Fox Award. But you would never guess because she's so down to earth and humble, and you guys are going to know that just by listening. So in this interview, get ready for it. We talk about what it's like to travel with a paddle, and we talk about going through airports with a gun case and how interesting that could be. You're going to learn exactly how big a platypus is and some other fun stuff, like what it's like to be drug tested when you're playing the games at an Olympic level. So that's super cool. Guys, turn this one up and do me a favor, share it with some friends because it's a great one. We had a really good time, and I invited her back because the time that we spent together was almost not even enough to cover all the great stories that she has. So without further ado, I bring to you Miss Sammy Barlow at the Paddler's Pulse. Today, I'm at the beautiful Mission Bay in San Diego, California, and it is gorgeous outside. The sun is shining, the sky is blue, and the bay looks absolutely amazing. I actually grew up paddling and boating on this bay, so it's very near and dear to me. And today I have the honor and privilege of sitting with Miss Sammy Barlow.
Hey guys.
And Sammy joined us to tell us a little bit about some of the cool stuff that she's working on in the sprint kayak world and everything in between. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Tell me a little bit about what you did this morning, because that was kind of cool.
This morning?
Yeah.
Okay, so I went to practice this morning at 6 a.m. So 6 a.m. to 7:30 is our morning practices. It was so flat and amazing to paddle this morning, especially with the storm that just happened. Mm-hmm. So we actually had an amazing rainbow this morning, like just popped up behind us. Our coach was like, "Hey guys, there's a rainbow, let's take a photo." And I was like, okay, yes,
what a great coach, by the way. Yeah. Point out the cool in the world at the same time that you're working your butt off.
Yes.
I like that.
And then we also got the experience of an amazing sunrise.
Yes.
It had such amazing purples, pinks, oranges. It was like the perfect sunrise, and we're like, yes, beautifulness. And so it's always fun to get on the water before sunrise, so you see that switch between like no one's awake and then everyone's awake, and you're like, I've already done a practice. Yes.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. And a beautiful way to start the day.
Yeah, definitely.
You sound like you engage with the natural environment pretty well.
Oh yeah, definitely. And hikes, kayaking, love the outdoors.
Yeah,
Much rather be outdoors than inside sometimes.
I'd much rather be outdoors than inside too. I think everybody listening to this would probably resonate with that.
Yes.
So I'm super pumped to learn a little bit more about you.
Okay.
And some of the cool things that you got going on in your world right now. All right, so you mentioned a little bit about practice this morning, which was sprint kayak, right?
Yes.
And I'm just dying to know how you got into paddling.
Oh, wow. Okay, so my dad actually went to the 1992 Olympics.
Your dad is, who's your dad?
Chris Barlow.
Okay.
So he was a sprint kayaker for the Barcelona Olympics before I was born. Definitely before I was born. Yeah. And he came back to America and decided, I want to get some kids into sprint kayaking. There wasn't really a club in San Diego, and he wanted to introduce the amazing sport to other people. And so he created San Diego Canoe and Kayak Team. And I've grown up through that program. Actually, I have a funny story. When I was a kid, a family friend actually made a boat that fit me when I was like 18 months old.
No way.
I couldn't hold the paddle or whatever, but my dad would sit behind me and hold my hands to the paddle like, you are going to paddle at this moment. But then as I grew up, the boat, I could finally fit the boat, but I was so light that they had to put a cement block in the back of it because I would flip over because I was so, like, I had no body mass to weigh the boat down. So they're like, let's just put a cement block in the back. And I just paddled around.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. And so, I grew up through the years in San Diego, canoe and kayak team. About 9, I started racing.
Oh, great. Wow.
So,
young.
Yeah, very young.
Very young.
And so I started, racing then. And then it's been 11 years of racing. Yeah.
That's intense.
11. I think 11.
We doing the math right? How old are you?
19.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's pretty close.
10 11. It's going to turn.
You're turning 20 this year.
Yeah,
excellent.
definitely.
Wow. What was I'm going to back up a little bit. What was that like? I mean, those are young, formative years.
Yeah.
You know, you got like all school and you're growing up and you're doing all this like really cool stuff anyway. And then you add that to it. What was that like?
I mean,
young athlete, I mean, that's got to be pretty interesting.
It definitely, our family is so invested in sprint kayaking.
Okay.
So it wasn't like I just started it.
Yeah.
It was from before memories. I like have
we're part of it.
Yeah, a part of it. Like my mom was pregnant with me going to races with my dad and brother. Like,
cool.
So I've definitely been in the sport for a lot longer than I started kayaking. There was, I mean, I added other sports to it. Like I did water polo at the same time. But it's always been there. Like even if I wasn't racing, I would just kayak. Like, I did, 1 year I went to water polo junior Olympics, but I didn't go to kayaking nationals, but I still kayaked. I still did both practices, which is, people always think that's crazy. They're like, how
it seems crazy. Yeah.
How do you have time?
Do you even have like a life, like so, I mean, wow. But you were dedicated to it because you're an athlete. You are a prime young athlete. So.
Yeah. And I enjoyed it. Like,
well,
I couldn't, I couldn't go to practices at 6 o'clock in the morning.
If you didn't really like the rainbow and sunsets.
Yes.
And also the hard work.
And also being on the water. And
pushing yourself through the...
So sprint kayaking has just been my life. So I love it.
That's awesome. What was my next question? I was going to ask... Oh, so you've done so much of it. Where has it taken you?
Oh, wow. Okay, so I've been to 4 international races at the moment.
Oh, wow.
For, like, professional.
Okay.
Professional in sense I was a junior athlete.
Okay.
But,
still professional.
Yeah. And then one international event that was pre-junior. So, like, I was 14 at the time.
Wow.
But these places I went to was, like, Czech Republic, Hungary, Belarus is actually the one that I always tell people. And they're like, you've been to Belarus? I'm like, yeah.
See the look on my face. Where is that? What is that?
It's like you have Russia, and then Belarus is right
Got it.
underneath it.
Okay.
They used to be part of
Everyone listening is like, that Greg guy is pretty geographically challenged right now.
I mean, yeah.
But I love it. You're educating me, so.
I mean, Europe has so many little countries that you're like, oh, wait, that's in Europe? Okay.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, yeah, so, and then I go, oh, yeah, I was there for a sprint kayak competition. Like, oh, that's
What's
so cool.
That? Yeah.
And so it's always fun to tell people, like, I've been to places that they've never heard of.
Right,
like,
exactly, like me.
You. Yeah.
That's very different than, like, if you played soccer.
Yes.
So paddling has created this extra layer, is what I'm gathering,
because,
to your life. Not just, like, your family, but also for you personally, because you've used it as a vehicle to see the world.
Yes.
At such a young age.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. That's inspiring.
And not even for competitions. Like, I have met people. I've been to New Zealand because I've met someone and they're like, oh yeah, come and stay with us and train with us.
How cool is that?
You want to.
Yeah.
And I actually stayed with people in Czech Republic, not for a competition, but because I met them through kayaking. And they're like, yeah, we have an apartment. You can stay with us.
That's so great.
I know. I love the kayaking paddling world because it's so small. Like, we're such a small group of people, but everyone's so friendly. They're like, yeah, come on over, even if you live in another country.
That's so great. There's a common ground that I think all paddlers, kayak, every type of paddling shares. For myself, it was the same thing. Like, I got into outrigger, and one of the things that, I joke about it now, but but it was so true at the time that it happened. And that was like my first opportunity to go to Hawaii was because I could go race.
Oh,
and I went and raced
yeah.
the Queen Liliuokalani race, which is the largest outrigger race in the world. And afterwards I looked and I was like, I wouldn't have been able to do it had I not had a team, people to stay with, people to carpool with, people to, and so it creates this like catalyst, like I was saying, this extra layer of life because you get so much more out of it. Yeah. And I would imagine a sport like yours is like smaller, so it's probably tighter and probably better connected.
Like,
really loving.
It's always funny because kayaking is so big in the Eastern European countries. Like I did say, Hungary, Belarus, Czech Republic, and so I have been to countries that make people go, "Oh, you've been there?" But
that's so cool.
But then I found my favorite European city there because I've been to those places. Like I love Prague in the Czech Republic.
Ah, cool.
And I've been back, as I said, to see Prague, not for kayaking because I loved it so much, but
just to enjoy it.
And people haven't really heard of Prague because you don't really hear Czech Republic and stuff like that as places to go. But as you said, I went to Hawaii because there was a race.
Yeah.
I've been to places that.
And because of that, I met people there who then, opened up their homes and their hearts. And I think anybody who's listening to this can agree that paddling is a bit of an equalizer when it comes to that stuff. And that's so cool, right? How gifted are we?
I know. Because it's such not many people can say, oh yeah, I outrigger or I kayak. And so everyone wants to be like, oh, I want to be your friend. You do that too. Okay, cool.
Right. I know that another big one is Dragon Boat.
Yes.
Allows people to really travel. And so I
haven't
guess
actually been to Las Vegas for a dragon boat race. I've never been to Las Vegas other than that.
But so the reason you went to Las Vegas was because of the dragon boat.
Nothing else other than the dragon boat race.
Yeah. So my call to everybody who stand-up paddleboards is to get into a team sport, a team paddling sport, and let it take you around the world. Yeah. Because it does.
Definitely does.
Yeah. So you had this like have paddle, will travel kind of period of time that you. Right?
Yeah, so I graduated high school in 2015, and I took a gap year from 2015 to 2016.
Such a good idea.
Yeah, it was. I recommend it.
Good.
Anybody listening, I recommend gap year.
She leaned into the mic to say anyone listening should do a gap year.
Yes.
I love that. That's good advice too.
Yeah, definitely got me prepared for college. This is like a whole nother thing other than kayaking. It definitely like made me more confident because I was. When you go through high school and middle school, you're kind of in the same country unless you move schools or same city or unless you move schools. But so you don't really get an experience of like, oh, I'm living by myself. I'm figuring out problems without my parents right there. Right, and so I kind of did it as a huge thing. Like I went as far away from my home city as possible to figure out how to take care of myself on my own.
I could tell that it pushed your limits. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was called Travel with the Paddle.
Cool.
So I took my kayak paddle around me, and I decided to go to as many countries as I wanted to kayak in.
Oh, so cool.
And so, do you want to list the places? It's kind of a lot.
It's okay. Give me like your top 5.
Top 5.
Yeah, top 5
definitely
places.
Czech Republic.
So wait, hang on. So you literally traveled with your kayak paddle.
Okay, yeah, that's a story. So
I want to hear that one because that's amazing. Most people are probably like, I can't do that.
Yeah. So a kayak paddle is quite big, and it's this is funny to say. It's like carbon fiber, so it breaks very easily. So going on an airplane is always an experience because I put it in a gun case.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
smart idea.
It's very
padded and stuff. Yeah, I get it.
It fits the kayak paddle very nicely.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But going through an airport with a gun case, I've been chased down in the different countries by security people, and so I've painted kayak paddle on the
outside of the gun case. Please don't tackle me. Yeah, this is a kayak paddle.
I've had to open the gun case,
and show that there's no gun inside.
Yeah, so
wow.
And so
I love that. That's so fun.
But it's like the perfect way of traveling with it.
Sure.
Because it's so compact and stuff.
Oh, I love it. So top 5 spots.
Okay. Czech Republic, New Zealand, Australia.
Did you pick up an accent from either of those two places? Most people do. I don't.
Yeah.
You're looking
sometimes.
At me like, no.
Well, I try. I don't think so. Okay. But like if I say no.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Say it again. Lean in.
No.
Oh wow, you do. Yeah. How funny.
Or like boat.
Yeah, totally. Anyway.
But then I go to those places and they're like, you have an American accent. What are you talking
You sound
about?
extremely American.
Yeah.
So New Zealand, Australia,
Czech Republic, England.
England, okay.
England is, it's from where my family is, so I love
perfect.
England for that, and then I love England for just being England.
Yeah.
And then I liked Italy. Italy was amazing. And then, is that 5?
That's 5, but
That
wow.
is.
I feel like we should have you on for another episode to talk about all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so exciting, though.
Yeah, so if you do want to read my... this is a little plug, but...
No, it's fine.
If you really want to read my adventures, go to thespiritofsam.weebly.com.
Okay,
So that's my blog.
thespiritofsam.weebly.com.
Or on Facebook, The Spirit of Sam.
Okay, The Spirit of Sam. We'll make sure those are in the show notes.
Cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because chances are there's a handful of people listening who are inspired by this.
Yeah. So I do, my blog does 3 different things. It's travel with the paddle, so it's the places I've been to with my paddle.
So good.
Where I've been through my sport, so sprint kayaking, I have articles on that. Like, this is my funny one, is drug testing. So I just recently got drug tested in that experience.
Oh, like Olympic level or like?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So last year I was training and competing to go to the 2016 Olympics, and so I got drug tested because I got selected as the American application to race to get into the Olympics.
So amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. Unfortunately, we didn't go.
It's okay. There's always another
Yeah,
time.
there's always another time.
And I
But
know
I
that
did
you're-
get the funny experience of drug
So
testing.
tell me about that.
So drug testing is always an experience because this is gonna sound so weird on it, but it's a pee test. So yeah.
You gotta pee.
And so they give you a list. You're gonna get drug tested after the race.
Okay.
So it's directly after the race. They come to you on the dock.
Oh, wow.
And they go, you're going to be drug tested. Sign here to be accepted to drug testing. You have to sign, or else they'll take you off the list.
Oh, wow. And you haven't even high-fived your friends yet.
No,
And you're
I got
please don't invade my space. I just had an awesome race. I don't
Yeah.
want to have to pee.
Yeah, so my
front of
partner
people.
and I was in a K2, so that's a 2-person kayak.
Okay, cool. Who's your partner? Can you
Farron Smith.
Sweet.
Yeah, she lives in Atlanta.
shout out to?
Farron Smith.
Yeah, right on.
And so we got out the boat and we saw these people and we're like, what's happening? And they're like, you're going to be drug tested. Sign here. So we signed, and then they follow you.
Oh, weird.
You're not supposed to
Touch anything, grab anything?
all you have to do is drink a ton of fluids.
Oh.
But you can't, grab anything.
Yeah.
Because you can switch your urine and stuff like that. So they
Weird.
follow you, and you're like, I really want to get out of my, sweaty clothes.
Yeah.
Can we just wait a bit? And they're like,
Sure.
yeah, we just need to follow you.
Okay.
And then,
okay.
so you go to another room.
So you have pee test bodyguards. I know,
Yes.
that sounds so stupid.
I know.
Thanks, guys, I'm good.
Yeah, you're like, okay. And so you go to another room, and they sit you down, and you just drink fluid for 30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
They have water, Gatorade, anything.
Anything that they give you is okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then you go and pee in a
Yeah.
little cup. And then you have to seal it yourself because that would contaminate it if
Okay.
you
Somebody
were
else.
not touching it.
Oh, got it, yeah.
And then you have to tell what drugs I take, or drugs
supplements
being
and stuff.
supplements or birth control or something
it,
like that.
yeah.
And then they go, okay, that's it. We'll send you the results. And so you get your medal, and you're like, okay, well, I got my medal, but it could be taken away. I mean, it shouldn't, because you should know.
Of course not. You would know. Yeah, you would know.
You should know.
Yeah, you should know.
What you've been taking and stuff like that.
Interesting.
But,
So-
and then, 2 weeks later, they send you an email saying, you're cleared.
You're good. You're good to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just gotta say, what I'm gathering from that moment, your face changed. Because you're like,
That's it?
or it feels like it takes away from the moment. You're like, oh, then you get your medal, but in the back of your head, you might be thinking, or you just got this rude, in between, you really wanted to
Well, yeah.
high-five your friends and go get your medal and be
Yeah.
proud, but instead they, take you to a room and make
But
you
it's-
drink stuff,
yeah.
and it kind of, takes away from the experience
It
a
does
little,
take
or no?
away from the experience, but then you have to think about it imagine if someone was taking supplements
Right.
and they did win.
Right.
And then no one found out.
Right.
But then they found out later and they still get the medal.
Great
and
perspective.
so you're like,
Great perspective. I love that.
well, I didn't take supplements.
Yeah.
Why does she get the medal?
Yeah,
or
yeah. Or here.
they
yeah.
or, and I don't. And I've worked really hard and they
Yeah.
just added to themselves because they took supplements.
Interesting. Good perspective. Wow, what a fun
So
story.
in the back of your head you're like, oh wow, that's not fun. And then in the back of your head, you're like, okay, this is really important for the sport.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
Good. It's good that you can see both sides of that and not let the emotional barrier take you from each one. That's awesome.
Well,
What
I
a
can
great
say
story.
that because I don't really take supplements.
Well,
so,
yeah,
like,
I got nothing to worry about, so we're good. Yeah.
The test is going to come back positive.
Yeah. What a
or
great negative. Yeah.
Negative.
What a great story.
So that's on my blog as well.
Okay, cool. How fun.
And then I have one more, and that's animals, because I am an animal behavior major. And so I have articles on the animals that I've met in different countries.
Oh, how fun. Oh, I love that.
That's another one. Is in Australia, I have like the good animals, the bad. Well, the bad is like kookaburras birds that like swoop you.
Do they?
Yeah, they try to attack you.
I used to love the sound they made. Like when I was a kid, I was like, that's the coolest sound.
It's like a little laugh.
Yeah, it's like a funny little laugh.
And then they try to attack you.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they do attack you. And then you have like the weird or something like platypuses.
Such an odd animal.
Such an odd animal. Like people go, oh, how big is that platypus? And they're like, oh, I can't really do this on a podcast.
Yeah, we'll
but
So for those of you listening, she's got her hands up trying to show every one of you exactly how big a
it's quite in people's minds they
like
think platypuses, or like a cat or a dog size, quite big.
Wow.
But they're actually quite small.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing like hand movements, but it's not really working.
Okay. So like hamster small or
no,
like rabbit small?
Rabbit
small.
And people are like, oh no, they're a lot bigger. And
I would
like,
think they would be too, yeah.
No.
Interesting.
They're so small.
Such a weird animal.
I know.
So cool that exists in our universe, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
How fun. Okay, so
that's my blog.
Yeah, that's great. What and one more time, just tell people where they can
thespiritofsam.weebly.com is the website, and then or you can find me on Facebook at The Spirit of Sam.
I love that. Neat. Wow, okay, one more good story from your blog.
Oh.
Because these are good. And you're a great storyteller.
I need to think back.
Okay.
Oh, this is from the travel side of my blog. So I went skydiving and bungee jumping right after each other, like day after each other.
Oh, neat.
And I didn't tell my mom that I was going to do bungee jumping, but I told her I was going to do skydiving. And so
which one did you do first?
Bungee jumping.
First. Okay, so she knew you were skydiving.
Yeah, so and
then I did it. And then the day before you said, I'm going to go bungee jump too.
Well, yeah, so New Zealand is actually the birthplace of extreme sports. So they created skydiving, they created bungee jumping, and all these different places. And so I was like, I'm in New Zealand.
I gotta do it. Yeah, when in Rome.
Yeah.
Do it in Roman, yeah.
When in New Zealand.
Jump out of a plane. Jump out of a perfectly good plane in the middle of the sky.
Or a platform. Going down however high it was, I forgot. I was like, I don't want to know. I just want to jump. Yeah. So that was funny because I didn't put the photos up until after I did both. And then my mom found out, and she's like, "You what?"
So she found out by looking at your photos? Oh, wow.
On Facebook, yeah.
Oh, wow. I think I did that once. I had a party at my parents' house when they were, on vacation, and I took a bunch of photos, and then, they found it.
Yeah. And she's like, "Wait, you didn't tell me." And I was like, "Well, I'm not. I'm alive."
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, man. That's cool.
I didn't get hurt, but yeah, that was an experience.
Sounds like your blog's fun. How often do you try to update stuff?
I try to update after every big event that I do.
Great.
So anytime I travel with my paddle.
Sure.
And
in a gun case.
In a gun case, yes. Or after a big sporting event, or when I want to share an awesome animal with everybody.
I love that. Mm-hmm. So what are you gunning for now? What's your big focus?
My big focus is spring kayaking, international regattas.
Okay.
So I have, every year there's an international regatta in the summer.
So explain to people what an international sprint regatta is. So for somebody who stand-up paddles and they're like, I don't even know what a regatta is.
Yeah, so it's kind of Olympic events, not in non-Olympic years. So So you get onto Team USA Sprint Kayak.
Okay.
And you go to a country and race against all the top athletes in other countries. So it's a mini Olympics.
It's like a little mini Olympics, but not
but just one sport.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And so
a great tune-up for somebody like you who's heading to the Olympics.
Yeah. So it's 3 years leading up to the Olympics. It's sprint kayaking Olympics.
Okay.
For the whole world.
Okay, and where is it this year? Where are you going? Or when is it?
Back to Czech Republic.
Yeah, that's your fave.
That's World Championships. It's in August 25th to the 28th.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. It's coming coming up this year. Wow.
Yeah. And so there is other ones, but that's the main event.
Okay. What is your preparation for it? Like, what do you do to prep for it?
Preparation is definitely just training every single day for 3 hours a day mostly.
Do you have any like mini races or anything in between?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I do surf ski. That's my cross training.
Oh, cool.
And so surf ski is ocean kayaking,
Okay.
but racing it. So
Racing
that's
surf
a
ski.
really weird way of describing it.
Surf ski
but
is ocean kayaking, but racing it.
yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So, well, most people think, ocean kayaking, you just paddle around and look at sights on the ocean coast. But we actually race for about an hour and 30 to 2 hours in open ocean,
Oh, sweet.
trying to go as fast as possible
Yeah.
over waves and
Oh,
stuff like
man.
that. It's awesome.
Oh, that's super awesome.
Yeah, so that's my off-season competitions. I do surf ski races pretty much every other week on Saturdays.
Okay.
And so most races are 9 to 10 miles that I do, and so that's just, I need to get distance.
Yeah.
Because even though I do a sprint kayaking, sprint kayaking, you do 500-meter races and 200-meter races.
Okay.
So it takes me about 2 minutes to do a 500-meter race. So it's very short.
But that's intense short.
Yeah.
Kind of like a dragon boat race is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so even though I'm doing a short race, I have to get as many mileage or kilometers in as possible because I need to have technique down before moving it up to a really fast pace.
Got it.
And so that's my off season. And then I have to do a competition at the beginning of the summer. So May 20th to the 21st is our Team USA trials to get
fun.
onto the team.
Oh, cool. How many people usually come out try
a lot
out for
of
that?
people.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, 100 plus probably.
Oh, wow. And then how many spots are there to get on the team? Do you know?
Well, we have a K4, so that's 4 girls in a boat, a K2, which is 2 people, and then a K1 spot. So that's, 7
Yeah.
spots.
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
me do math for a
It's
second.
like, math. You gave yourself the math problem.
I know I did. And I mean, there could be potentially more if people don't, or less, if people don't do 2 races. So you
Got
can
it.
do K1 and K4.
Oh, cool.
But most people want to do one race
Like
and focus on one
Yeah,
race.
yeah. Good.
And so each year you have to reapply. You can't, even if you got on the team the year before, you have to retry at this trials the next year because people might change, people might
Sure.
get faster, slower, you don't know.
Sure.
And then after that you go to the pre-worlds. So these are World Cups, which are other races, but the whole world doesn't come out for them.
Oh, okay.
You select, there's 3 and you select which one you want to go to. We're
Okay.
going to 2 this year.
Where are they?
Serbia and Hungary.
Wow.
I know.
So cool.
And then training, and then you have the big World Championships, which is the big event. Wow. At the end of the summer.
That's a lot going on. So you are just gunning.
Hey guys, sorry about that, but I got distracted by a German Shepherd. That's me. Okay, so
Sammy totally got distracted, so we had to pause.
it was an amazing little German Shepherd puppy.
Okay, so
It's gone now, but
It's gone now.
I like how you looked. You're like, what?
I looked. Of course, I looked. All right. But we're back, and we're back. So we were talking about you're pretty pumped, and you're gunning for Olympic 2020. Tell me about that.
Yeah. So
What does that feel like? Like, what is it? Just
it's like a lot of pressure, but so much fun.
yeah.
Because you get to do what you love and be on the water at all times of the day. And you have a goal. That's the most amazing part is like, sometimes people go, I just paddle or I'm stuck, like, I don't know. I have a goal.
You've a very specific one
Yeah,
too. Yeah,
and so,
a very big one
yeah,
too.
it's very big. It's always been on the backs of my mind because my dad, as I'm going to say again, my dad did go to the Olympics, so it's I've grown up with like, this is the pinnacle of your sporting event.
Right.
And so all my hard work, it's just, I want to funnel it into this event that,
and actually do this big thing.
yeah. And then I have so many role models, like other kayakers and other Olympians that I'm just like, I want to be part of that amazing movement, which is the Olympic movement.
I'm taking that in because it's so big.
Yeah.
And so inspiring, and so many people. Yeah, and the pursuit of something feels energizing, right?
My parents always say it's not the destination, it's always the journey.
Yeah.
And the journey, even if I don't get to the destination, the journey has been amazing already. So
I love that your parents say that. Sometimes these big accomplishments are less about what you get and more about who you become.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just think that's great. So
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Speaking of parents, so your dad's an Epic kayak. You guys are Epic,
Yeah,
right? Tell me
so
about that.
we are
Tell me
part
about
of-
Epic and then how you got into that.
So we're part of Epic Kayaks, which is a company that creates surf skis and kayaks, but they're more of a surf ski brand.
Okay.
And so my dad does sell Epic Kayaks in San Diego.
Cool.
He's called an Epic expert in San Diego.
The Epic expert of
Yes.
San Diego. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
So he's your go-to guy if you want to connect with
Yeah,
Epic.
definitely in San Diego. There's multiple other places, but he's centered in San Diego, and I help him out.
Cool. Because Epic's not... Where are they
No,
headquartered?
so they're headquartered in Charleston, North Carolina.
Sweet, so if
if you want to see the big main facility, go to North Carolina.
Right.
If you just want to try out a surf ski really quick
Yeah.
in San Diego, come to us.
Sweet. Okay.
And you can find us, another plug, you can find us on the Epic Kayak website.
Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Tell me just a little bit about Epic Kayaks for people who don't maybe know what they're all about.
You can get, what I like about Epics is you can get so many different options. Like,
Sweet.
if you are just starting surf ski, if you don't know anything to do with surf ski,
Perfect.
there's
That would
a
be
kayak
me.
for you.
That would be me.
Yeah, so there's a kayak for you. You can.
Does it have training wheels? Because it should.
I mean, not training wheels, but it's pretty flat.
Okay,
so
cool.
You won't flip.
Okay.
But then on the other side, if you are a person that's been kayaking for forever and you want to go really, really fast, there is also a boat for you.
Sweet.
So,
I love that.
and then there's so many different options in that range. Like I'm glazing over it.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure it's hard to get it
Yeah.
all. But okay, so for people who live in SoCal, you're gonna be at an event coming up.
Yes.
Right?
So
Okay.
I'm going to the Cali Paddle Retreat. I'm one
Sweet.
of their vendors.
Yeah.
So I'm bringing up a beginner boat, which is the V8.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So that's one of our most beginner boats.
Okay.
And then have the range up from that. So I have a V10,
Okay.
which actually a V10L, which is it's called a V10 large.
Oh, okay.
It's shaped for women more, but
Okay.
it's the next step up from a V8. And then I am bringing one other boat, but we haven't decided yet. So
Excellent.
it's going to be a little secret.
Ooh, I like that. That's
yeah,
fun.
so it could even be a even more beginner boat than the V8 or a more advanced boat for the people that want to try out
Like-
the most advanced boat.
Yeah, I really get it. And it sounds like a really cool event.
Yeah,
From what I hear.
definitely.
It's up in Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara, the campsite up in Santa Barbara.
Refugio Beach.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
What are some of the other vendors?
there's a SUP vendor. They also have some people talking about the environment.
Yes.
Which is also what Cali Paddler does. They
Very
want
much
to
so.
help the water that we paddle on as well as get people on the water.
Yeah, and you represent them as well, which is really
definitely.
awesome. I know
Yeah.
they're stoked to have you.
Yeah, and so it's going to be 3 days of
Yep.
just paddling stuff.
Yeah, paddling stuff. There's gonna be some clinics. I know
Yeah.
that Danny Ching is gonna be there. He's gonna bring some 404 subs.
Oh yeah, isn't he the main speaker? He's
Yeah,
gonna,
yeah, he'll be doing a keynote.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Oh
awesome.
my gosh, so fun.
He has probably so many more amazing
So many
stories than
Well, that's
I do.
the best part. So I heard Saturday night.
Yeah.
People are gonna hang out by the campfire and just be able to share stories.
Okay.
So I hope your dad can come up because
Yeah.
he would have so
Yeah,
much to offer to that.
definitely.
So anyway, yeah, some of it's on the hush because you gotta
Yeah.
go to know. Like,
Yes.
so it's a cool
Yeah.
thing. But
I can tell you, you'll have a lot of fun. So I'm
you
excited.
think so? Mm-hmm. I think so too.
There's gonna be so many people. Why couldn't you have fun?
Yeah, and
at an
very
event like
connected
that?
paddling.
Yeah.
I heard there's s'mores too.
S'mores.
Ooh, and on the beach massages.
What?
I know, right?
I'm excited for that.
Your face looks super pumped. Well, cool. So, this is fun.
Yeah.
I think we did it.
Great.
Yeah. So, best way for people to find you again, just that website.
Oh, thespiritofsam.weebly.com and The Spirit of Sam on Facebook. Or if you want to do epic stuff, that is on the epickayaks.com website or Facebook again, Epic Kayaks.
Yeah. Excellent. Sammy, thank you so
You're
much
welcome. Thank you for
coming
having
down.
me.
Yeah, it was so much fun. You got great stories. I'm gonna ask that you come back.
Okay.
Is that okay? Will you come back on and share some more?
Definitely.
Because I'm pretty sure people are gonna want to hear some more of your cool stories.
Thank you.
So, all right, you guys, that's it. Thank you so much for joining us at the Paddler's Pulse, and we will see you I'll let you take us out. See you on the water. Ready? We will.
We will see you on the water.
Yeah, there
Thanks,
you go.
guys.
Thanks.
Thanks for dropping by to listen in. You, yes, you, are the great people that bring paddling to life. Join us next time, and please don't keep us a secret. Like us on iTunes. share with your buddies, and keep the paddler's pulse pumping. See you on the water.